it just shows you that everybody's not gonna go.
Yeah.
So I think it was good for him though. I don't get caught up in the knockouts, man. All that stuff, that's low hanging fruit. You know, that stuff that we like to push, promote, and I get it. You know what I'm saying? But that's low hanging fruit. You better learn how to box. You better learn how to use your jab. You better learn how to hit and not get hit. We talked about that during the telecast when we did the Sweet Pea, Pernell Whittaker piece. That's how I was taught to fight, straight up. And I'm not gonna dumb down my style so anybody can catch up. Because when you see stuff like what happened to Dadashev, man, people don't get it. That stuff can happen in a sparring session. That stuff can happen on any given night. And you don't have to get knocked out brutally. It could be just one shot that hits you in the wrong spot, and you could be in a situation like that. So I'm praying for Dadashev.
Speaking of Pernell Whittaker, what are your memories of Pernell Whittaker?
Man, listen, he's one of the first ones that, my godfather Virgil and my dad pointed to him, was like, be like him. Like that's, and I didn't just watch the stuff that Pernell did in the ring. I watched how he dealt with the big moments. When you see him walk to the ring against Chavez, just the swag and the confidence. And when you see that as a young fighter, that gives you the courage and the license to have swag and confidence when your big moment comes. So all the stuff about him not being appreciated and all that stuff, it's unfortunate, but we, analysts, writers, y'all got to do a better job of letting casual fans know, because that's who the fight is really over. Hardcore fans, they understand certain things, they know who they like, who they don't like, but the casual fan don't know. They need us to lead them. So we got to let them know boxing is a mixed bag. You got a guy that fights like this, and explain to them what they get. So they don't think that, if you box, it's a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. That's how a whole generation of fighters are taught. That's how I was taught. That's the tree that I came from. So, respect to Whittaker. I'm so sad he's gone, man. I can't believe he's gone at 55.
That's the type of style you had, like, the Whittaker style. That's the type of style you had.
Nah, I ain't have a Whittaker style, but I had the Whittaker mentality, though. Not just that, though. He had flavor, though. He had creativity.
Sweet pea.
Whatever he felt like doing, that's what he did. Wasn't no limitation. So, it ain't no Floyd Mayweather if it ain't a Sweet Pea. It's not an Andre Ward if it's not a Sweet Pea. It's not a Shakur Stevenson if it's not a Sweet Pea. So, I hear all the stuff about him not getting his just due, and I agree with that. But it's up to me, it's up to the young generation behind me to keep that legacy alive and to keep shouting him out.
In that matchup, would you say Teo is ready for Lomo or even Kami? I mean, he's been asking for that fight.
His dad has been asking for that fight.
No, he said he wanted it.
He backed Pops up.
Oh.
But Pops has been leading the way. So you're right. He been co-signing, but that's a big check to write, man. As far as I got maybe two more. As far as Comey, he's ready for Comey with a caveat. He's got to go back to the gym. Him and his dad have to be honest about the mistakes they keep making. He's got his left hand down. The thing about trying to copy the Floyd Mayweather style is that's a generational thing. If you look at Floyd Sr., he fought like that. You look at Roger fought like that.
Yeah.
That's something Floyd been doing from the crib. Floyd didn't watch nobody do that and try to duplicate it. He was taught that. That's the difference between the fighters today. They seeing Floyd do it, but Teofimo's coming out in the first round doing that. You don't see Floyd doing that in the first round. What you see Floyd doing?
Got his
feinting, establishing his range, establishing his jab, and he using the left hand all night long. Then when he gets you, then he up on you like this. Teo coming out in the first round like this, what is he getting hit with? Right hand. What punch do Comey throw well? Right hand. So
I didn't see any adjustments either.
No adjustments. But that comes with experience. That's why I'm not a fan of rushing the fight. You hear me talk about Shakur. Shakur can go get it done right now at a championship level. But if I can get another fight, two more fights, I'm going to get that every time.
Right. Now, what's the difference? The Japanese guy, sorry, I don't remember his name. But what's the difference? Yeah.
That's the thing.
Right.
Okay.
I was waiting on you to say it.
Yeah. Now, how do you know he isn't? How do you know he just isn't that good? Because we've never heard him, we've never seen him fight. Yeah, can you?
What you mean?
To the naked eye, how do you know that he's just like a beast to handle something like that? A guy that we've never heard of.
I mean,
How do you know he's just not that good?
No, I think Teo. Tim said he got exposed a little bit, but not. I don't think he got exposed like that. That was good for Teo.
Okay.
You got to come back down to earth, man.
Oh wow.
You know, it's
a good lesson.
It's a valuable lesson, and that's why I'm not a big. I love knockouts, but we can't just camp around the knockout. You're gonna run into a dude one night, and he ran into one tonight. That for whatever reason he can take your shot. Then what? Then I want to see what you can do.
You gotta adjust.
So I don't think he got exposed. I just think he showed some areas that he needs to improve. He got the goods. Teo got the goods. He's tough. He's durable. The boy can fight. The boy can box. He just got to work on some things. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. He got to get his left hand up, and he got to use his jab.
Do you think when he moves up to 140, do you think that's a whole different ballgame?
Of course.
You can't knock them guys out like that.
Anytime, it's gonna help him because he is struggling to make 35, but it's no joke. It's no joke.
Progress, Taylor.
There's some grown men up there at 140, man. There's some grown men.
There's been a lot of talk of Canelo fighting Kovalev. What did you think about that when you heard those talks?
I think it's Oscar De La Hoya and Canelo Alvarez doing a good job of trying to catch Kovalev at the right time, but it's also a risky fight because Kovalev had a great fight his last fight, and I called that fight, and I gave credit to Buddy McGirt and Kovalev because he looked great. So it's kind of a timing thing for Canelo and De La Hoya, but it's also a big risk for Canelo. So obviously, you know, the money thing couldn't get worked out. Probably was a blessing for Canelo anyway because he got the knee issues. I've had them. Wow. He ain't no joke. When you get the swelling and all that kind of stuff, that stuff, it's tough for that stuff to go away. So we got to see what happens with that. But I think right now the fight that's going to be made is Kovalev and Yard.
Speak on that.
And who do you think takes that Mexican gate?
I don't know.
What fight is big enough?
Maybe Mexican style.
Triple G.
Little G.
Andre, Sean Porter and Errol Spence being announced tomorrow.
Tough fight.
What do you think of that fight?
Tough fight.
What does Porter have to do to be able to make this a fight on Errol Spence?
Say it again.
What does Porter have to do to make this a fight against Errol Spence?
He got to be the best Sean Porter, man. He got to. Sean is aggressive. Sean can box, but Sean is aggressive. Sean gets in tip-top shape, and his dad winds him up and he lets him go. So Sean just has to be the best Sean. You know, he got to try to take Errol in the deep water because Errol is a big 47. So I don't know if he struggles to make weight, but he gains a lot of weight in between. Real quick. He gains a lot of weight in between fights. That's not good for any fighter. I just think Errol's a big kid, so Sean has to get in tip-top shape like he typically does, and he got to go, but he got to keep his defense tight. And Errol just got to keep being Errol. He got to keep doing what he's been doing.
Do you think that this is finally the fight that will show what type of fighter Errol Spence is, where he really gets tested?
I mean, he's been tested. It's another step in that direction, yeah. You know, I mean, all right. Yeah, it's a necessary fight. If he's trying to be the kingpin at 47, he got to start knocking off guys like Sean Porter, but it ain't gonna be easy. It's not gonna be easy for either guy. And I respect and rock with both guys. I love them both.
Hey, Ward, I know you talk a lot about, you know, the things that boxers do outside of the ring, like